angles. I know I say the word adjacent, anything come to mind?
Next.
Yeah, that's what I always think, next to. But it's more, because if you look at my three diagrams I have up here, it looks like angle X and Y are always next to each other, but not all of them are adjacent. So we need to follow there's three things that need to happen. Three things that need to happen to be adjacent. Ready? Number one, they have to have the same vertex. Remember what the vertex was? Where the rays met, right? So for two angles to be adjacent, they need to have the same vertex. Number two, they need to share a side. They need to have the same vertex, share a side. So I'm going to have you guys take care of that in a second. And the third thing, which I will help you with, and it's up there in the definitions, they cannot have any points in the interior in common. No interior points in common. I'll show you what that means in a second. So everybody look at letter A. Everyone see angle X and Y? We're going to figure out if they're adjacent or not right now together. Do they share a vertex? That's up to you guys. Do they share a vertex?
Yes.
Yes, check. Do they share a side?
Yes.
Check. Now, here's what I mean by no interior points in common. Everybody right now, take your writing utensil and put a point somewhere inside angle X. Put a point.
On the line.
No, inside. I want it inside angle X. Is that point you're making right now also in Y?
No.
No. In fact, is there any point you could put inside X that would also be an angle Y?
Yeah. What? You can put it on the
Where?
line.
No, inside. Inside it.
Yeah,
It can't be
that's
on
what
it. It's got to be inside it.
So that's just really a null.
So everyone agrees. There's no point that could be inside both of them at the same time.
That's just a null rule.
So that
I can
means
also say it can't be pink. Or it can't equal pop. Like.
you know how to stop my runaway train easily, right? You've been pretty good at that. I'm on fire, and then all of a sudden here comes Jude with a bucket of water to douse it. All right. But everyone, so those two are adjacent. There we go. Those two are adjacent. Adjacent. They fit all three rules. All right, let's take a look at B now.
Is there a symbol?
No, I'm sorry. Just the word adjacent. No
Should
symbol.
we put
No,
like the
no
angle,
symbol.
adjacent
No
angle?
symbol. Angles.
Yeah.
Boy, you want to do this?
Like.
That's if you want to do that, sure. All right, B. Do they have the same vertex?
No.
Nope.
And I'm not being mean, but stop talking. If they don't have the same vertex, why even bother checking the other two? All right, doesn't matter. So these are not adjacent. Don't even share the same vertex. All right, just so you guys understand what I'm talking about, where X and Y are. Here you go. Angle Y is the full angle. I'm sorry, angle X is the full angle right there. That's angle X. And angle Y is this one right here. Okay, so just so you know, it's kind of tough to see that on the diagram. But X is the full one, Y is the one I just highlighted in yellow. What?
Why? Like how do you?
I'm just It's tough to tell, so that's why I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as these other two diagrams.
Are they gonna be like that where you can't
No,
tell?
I'll have it nice and easy for you. Okay. Do they share a vertex?
Yes.
Do they share a side?
Yes. Yes.
Yep, this one right here. Uh-oh. What about that point? It's in Y and it's in X. So because they have interior points in common, they're not adjacent. Okay, so please just stop thinking next to anymore. It's got to follow these three rules. Okay? All right, maybe some words you are familiar with. Complementary.
Oh, I know this. I hate this word. Wait.
There's a magic number you always have to associate with it. 90 degrees.
That's
Also
pretty
here,
hot.
this is a little bit higher level than maybe what you're used to. Two angles that add to 90. Well, what if I see there's three angles that add to 90? Anybody know what we call three angles that add to 90?
Triangles.
Three angles that add to 90. That's what we call them. Complementary is specifically for 2 and 2 only. All right. And unfortunately, I'm not going to have a diagram of like a 40 and a 50 degree angle like you had in elementary school. Here's our diagram for complementary. Take a peek.
have to. What is the 1 and 2?
That means angle 1 and angle 2.
Oh.
Yeah, just how to name that angle. Doesn't mean 1 degree, 2 degrees. Just means angle 1
I
and
don't
angle
think
2.
that's 90.
I don't care what angle 1 and angle. I don't care if I know the angle measure or not. How do I know they're going to add a 190?
Because you said so.
No, I did not.
Because of
I did not.
This-
How do I know those two angles are going to add to
Third
90 on my
square.
diagram?
Like,
The right angle symbol. Correct. All right, so it does not matter if I give you the degree measure for angles 1 and 2. You already know they're going to add to 90. And let's take this another level right now. They're complementary and they're also...
Adjacent.
Yes, let's go. Yes, they're also adjacent. Perfect. Because, hey, we got to start talking to each other with geometry terms. Okay, we can't be saying they're next to each other, acute. No, they're complementary and adjacent. Perfect. Next one, supplementary. Magic number to remember for supplementary?
180.
$1.80.
That's very high.
Okay, $1.80. So 90 is complementary, supplementary of $1.80.
2 angles.
Only 2. If you have 3 that add to 180, congratulations. It's 3 that adds to 180. All right, but 2, you can only use the word supplementary. And here you go. Tell me why these 2 angles on my advanced diagram add to 180.
Yeah.
I have no idea what angle 1 and 2 are. I don't care what they are. I don't care how many degrees. But Colin, I know they add to 180. Why?
Go on.
Put them together, they form a straight angle. And what did we talk about? I think it was yesterday. Straight angles add to 180. Okay, so that's how I know. Questions with you guys? Complementary versus supplementary. Do you see that? This is a huge one right here that I have up on the board. Do you see why they would add to 180 without me telling you the degree measure?
Yes.
Okay, because that's going to be coming up big here now. Next term. I told you there's going to be a lot today. Linear pairs. Pairs meaning
Adjacent.
got to come in groups of 2.
Yeah.
Linear, it's got the word
line.
line in it. So 2 adjacent angles that form a line. That's a linear pair. 2 adjacent, they have to be adjacent. 2 adjacent angles that form a line. Okay, let's see what you got. Would angles 1 and 2 be considered a linear pair?
Yes.
No.
No.
Okay, ready? They are adjacent, I agree. But if I put them together, are they going to form a line? No. So those are not a linear pair. How about B?
Yes.
Would that be considered a linear pair?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Anybody? Everyone's all right on Y? All right.
Little pear like the fruit.
Controversial here. What's that? A homophone?
Oh yeah.
Right. That's
they-
what my
they
3rd
sound the
grade daughter
same, but
taught me
they're
that the other
spelled
day.
differently.
He's like, I'm like, what are you doing in class? He's like, oh, we did homophones. I'm like, excuse me? I was like, why don't you teach Dad on that? She's like, oh, like where and where. Like I wear something. Where are you? And what was the other one? Right was another one she said.
Like to
There.
write down and
Yeah,
like
and
left
like
and
your
right.
right hand.
I'm still working on those.
Gum and gum.
Yep.
Gummy chug on your teeth.
Okay, well,
There.
Yep, all the theirs were one. Yep.
2, 2, 2.
Yep. There you go.
I'm still working on
Tail and tail.
Good.
Like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
In a moment.
Alphabet.
What? Colin, I don't think you count
I
on.
think there's only one definition for.
So and so.
Yep.
Shoe and shoe.
What? What's the other shoe? Oh, like. Sorry, guys.
No. Shoe. Because it's one that you wear, a dough that you make, and shoe.
A dough that you make?
Dough, like dough with
No.
Dior, and then like dough.
No, dough like that you
Like
eat.
bread?
Yes.
There's another one.
Oh, red.
Dough, right?
Dough,
Yeah.
dough.
Like
Dough,
and
like
dough
bread
beer.
dough and
That's
beer.
what I was saying.
Red. Sorry, red.
Okay,
Let's
so,
go on forever.
Red?
Sue.
Somebody's got to fill Colin in here.
I
Poor
know,
kid's
red,
struggling
red,
right now.
R-E-D, like the color red, like I read the book.
Oh, okay,
Wait,
good.
do you
All right, I
think-
got you there. Sorry,
do
Colin.
you
My
think
mistake.
red-
My bad.
Red and reed are homophones? No.
No,
not
they're probably
that.
something else.
But they
Probably a
can be
word you can
pronounced
say
the
pronounce
Orange
differently.
and orange.
same. Okay, so shoe is what they
Spelled the
use
same.
to make churros.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Now you know what churros.
What are churros?
I didn't know shoe was in like shoo away was an
Churros are
actual
like-
word. I thought it was like
Crunchy sticks.
you know like an
that are made out of
exclamation.
bread and stuff.
Churros
Might be.
are a predominant.
You don't know what churros are?
They're tasty sometimes.
Okay.
They're like
Connecticut.
All right. So hey, we can talk about different stuff other than math every once in a while, but let's get back up here. How about C? Linear pair?
No.
No.
It's a hot mess.
I don't like it.
It's not even adjacent. Why
They
is
don't
it
have
not
the same
adjacent?
vertex.
Don't have the same vertex. All right. So what do we say? Stop talking. No. Right. Not even adjacent. So not a linear pair. And I want to early congratulations here, because you guys are entering now a big moment in your geometry careers. I'm going to introduce the first of many, many theorems that you'll learn this year. So first, a theorem, probably the first thing that comes to mind is Pythagorean theorem, probably for you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
That guy.
All, don't get crazy. Theorem is just a fact. All right. So I'm going to give you a fact about linear pairs right now.
They
Okay.
are. They
That-
come in two.
No, that is a fact, but not the one I'm going to write down.
Oh. You can't fly. That's a fact.
I fly in airplanes all the time.
All right. So I want to see if you guys can fill in the blank, because I think you can. The first fact: linear pairs are blank. No, that's part of the definition.
Oh.
So I don't want to hear adjacent. But hey, remember, this was a linear pair. So can you go deeper for me? Yeah, there we go. Okay, I can't. This is part of my teaching here.
Yeah, Vera does that. It's okay. Mr. Speeda did it last year. Didn't stop for her. Don't you?
There's no way you jump that late.
Yeah, Mira, you're doing it on purpose now. You've always been doing it on
I
purpose.
swear to God, I'm not.
There you go. Our supplementary.
You're not even craft
Craft leg?
Remember that last year?
I remember.
I remember it.
If I had a
Yeah,
nickel for every time I invented a new religion, I would have 2 nickels.
Which isn't a lot.
Oh, it's for that.
Okay, so there's supplement. Anytime I see a linear pair, like part B, automatically they're going to be supplementary to each other. Okay, automatically, and that's the fact. Now I've taught this already this week to some of my other geometry classes, and this next vocab word is something they've been struggling with for whatever reason. All right, because I think it's brand new to everybody, and that's vertical angles. Okay, vertical angles. First, let me show you what they are before we identify them. First, vertical angles can only be formed if two lines intersect each other. Okay, it's only formed if I intersect two lines. Now take a look. When I did that, how many angles did I form?
4.
Yeah, everyone's in agreement. Absolutely, 4. The ones that are opposite each other are the vertical ones. So that would be what in this case? Give me one pair of vertical angles. Go ahead, Cameron.
1 and 3.
1 and 3. And also 2 and 4. Challenge question. What type of angles are 1 and 2?
Supplementary.
Supplementary because they're
It's equal to 180.
and they're linear pairs, right? I just
Okay.
want to start talking vocab. But everyone good? The vertical angles are always opposite each other. Colin, you good there? Okay. So let's see. Diagram A. Are they vertical?
No.
Are they vertical? Nope, not vertical. But anybody want to finish it? Yeah, they're linear pairs. Come on, guys. Come on. Lock in for me, please. Lock in here.
Oh.
This is a tough word,
Do
tough
lock
term.
in.
No one understands what you're saying.
How about B? What do you think? Are those vertical?
No.
Ooh.
No, because it's not a straight line. Or
The very first thing I told you, vertical angles are always formed by two
intersecting lines.
intersecting
Lines. Those are rays.
whatever the heck those are.
Oh, those
right?
are just a
Two
bunch of
rays.
rays.
Yeah,
It
they're
is
not
a
lines,
box.
so those are not vertical.
Not the line. You are not the father. You are not the line.
And then how about C?
Yes.
Yes, those are vertical. So they have to be opposite each other. All right, so we know linear pairs are always going to be supplementary, add to 180. What's so special about vertical angles?
They're complementary.
Oh, no, watch your mouth here. We'll figure it out together.
Oh, not complementary.
And also, can I just vent for one quick second here? Past many years I've been doing this. When you spell the word vertical, please have some self-respect. Do not be an embarrassment to the math community. CAL. not CLE like the word barnacle.
That's
Okay.
the barnacle.
People have done that.
Every time.
Oh, I've done
What?
it.
Numerous people.
My money's on
Miriam
Miriam.
erasing her way. She
Numerous people. And supplementary, complimentary
No, they're
always has somehow gets an I
they're
in it.
congruent.
I in it somehow.
I would do supplim.
Suppla, they think the E, and they think the E is supposed to be an I.
I got an idea.
I think it's supplementary.
I'm never gonna take off. I'm not gonna.
just wrote.
I'm not gonna take off if you spell it wrong, but I might make a little note saying maybe check your life here. Okay.
Check your life.
All right.
Cameron
What,
knows how
Colin?
to spell the longest word in the dictionary.
Vertical angle.
Oh, you're gonna finish it. All right. Well, here you go. Vertical angles
I feel like they're.
are. We'll figure it out right now. Okay, we're gonna figure it out right
I
now.
think Jude knows.
No, you go.
I've got 2 parts in here.
Here you go. I'm gonna say this is 100 degrees up here, angle 1. You guys might not have the confidence in you, but you're able to find the other 3 right now.
Yeah.
What about 4, the one right next to it?
100.
80.
Why 80?
Because they have to add up to 180.
They're supplementary. Then your pairs.
Oh, I'm
What about-
so whack.
What about 3?
100.
Oh, there's supplementary with the double.
What about over here?
90? Oh, sorry, my bad.
Colin.
It looks
okay,
like 90,
Colin.
I'm not gonna lie.
It does a little.
Now look at the vertical angles.
They're the same.
Congruent.
They're the same,
Supplementary.
equal. We have
Double
Congruent.
supplementary. It's like
what?
they're. You can see like the 180.
80 and 80,
The 180.
100 and 100.
Are you making up terms?
They're equal,
Colin is
Right?
turning to me.
but we don't use the word equal in here. We use the word. Okay, please remember that vertical angles are congruent. Vertical angles are congruent.
I'm saying it looks like a 180 line. Tilt your head this way.
Took your head.
I'm moving.
No way.
He's moving. He's getting out of here.
So everyone all right with vertical? That's a tough one to pick up because it's brand new. I don't know if this next one's brand new or not.
I like
Oh.
Perpendicular.
Perfect. Yeah.
Perpendicular. Here's the look. I'm going to make it very, very easy on you. You hear the word. We're going to play a word association game.
Yay.
You hear the word perpendicular. You think right angles.
Cross.
No, I think shapes.
No. No. It's not an option. I'm telling you to think right angles. Yes.
Okay.
All right. I'm telling you to think. So you hear the word perpendicular. There's a right angle involved. Correct. So let's make 2 lines that look like they form a right angle for me. Let's call. Yeah, they have to intersect. So call one of the lines AB. So put points AB on one, and the other one call CD.
CDs?
These aren't perpendicular yet because they look like it. What do I need to put on here that says, oh, now they're perpendicular if they form a right angle?
Line.
A what?
The scripts.
I gotta
Got
put
it
the
right.
box on.
It just ends up being a full square.
I don't need, no. Okay, are you gonna ask, should I put all of them on? No, 1 is all you need. Here's why. You guys know why 1 is all you need. Ready? I'm gonna dig it out of you here. Why is this one the only one that's needed? Well, what do you know about those 2? They have to add to 180. So that's gotta be a 90. What did we, whoa. What did we just talk about with these 2? Those are what type of angles? What did we just call them?
Vertical.
Vertical, and they're congruent.
Yeah.
So if that's a 90, that's a 90. So yeah, 1 right angle means they're all right angles.
Get points off.
No, but I just don't want you to get confused either. Okay? Last thing before we leave this, how do I write symbolically that they're perpendicular? Hey, everybody knows how to write line AB, right? Okay, give me line AB symbolically. Put a little space in between it and give me CD symbolically. So far, I've shown you the following.
Congruent. Or parallel.
Parallel. Now, and I will tell you, none of my classes yet this week have guessed the correct symbol for perpendicular. I might be walking into fire here, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Like 2, like the
Nope,
parallel
just stop with the 2.
with the
Nope, not 2.
Is it a plus sign? Wait, no, that wouldn't work.
the cross.
Well, because a cross would just be a plus
Is it
sign.
P?
I want to
See that
guess.
little script?
No letters involved.
Do we get a prize if we guess
No.
right?
Is
How
it
many-
okay? Wait. Is it an ideogram?
How many
Yes, it
times
is.
do you? How many
Is it
times do you
this?
have to like pick up your pen?
What is-
How
what
many
you got
lines
there?
do you draw?
That's a plus sign, buddy.
Plus sign? Or
Plus
is it-
sign? That's
or is
a
it
plus sign.
That really is the
Plus sign or the backwards
Okay, here you go. Ready? Everyone think of a capital T in their mind.
Uh-huh.
Everyone think a capital T, turn it upside down.
Ah.
So now you got your perpendicular symbol.
Okay, so I was close.
There we go. There's your
You
perpendicular
don't have
symbol.
to understand. You just have to agree and move on. Be a yes man, Colin.
No man.
Just make sure you make a note so you remember when you look back. That's what we're going to use moving forward. So perpendicular. There you go. There's the symbol. Word association. What do you think with perpendicular again?
Right
Uh,
angle.
Right
Right
angles.
angle.
Right angles are formed. That's make your life so much easier when you see the word perpendicular. Two lines are perpendicular. All right, it's time for you guys to work. Please just do. That's not what you guys have on your paper, right?
No.
Nope. I want you guys to do 1 through 6 for me. Okay, 1 through 6, please. Let's try 1 through 6. There you go. That's what you have on your paper. 1 through 6 for me. See what you can do. 1 through 6.
Wait, that's.
I know.
Wait, 39 is 39 is equal 90.
And I notice I already put a marking on your diagram there. You guys can talk it over with each other too.
39 plus 39 is equal 90.
Why are you saying both of them are 39? There's no arc marks there. Right?
No, they have a square.
But that means those two angles add to 90 then. 39 and another number add to 90.
Oh, okay.
Right? There's no congruent one markings up here.
Every time there's a question set up like this, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I always go down and then down the other side. I always do them in the wrong order. Okay. Is that the letter A? That's not a number, Miriam.
Wow.
It's a capital A.
That's a 9.
I'm a little bit. That's 7 and then 9. That's not an A.
Yeah.
It just happens to kind of look like a capital A when they're too close together.
Okay, sorry.
This is not my fault this time.
I wasn't saying it was an A. I was saying it looked like one at first.
What?
I'm a genius.
Yes.
Because I just did all that in my head.
So smart.
Because I know addition.
I don't.
Now.
Not me. That's what my calculator's on.
I don't know why, but whenever I say addition and subtraction, I think of the video that I watched like at the end of kindergarten for first grade, and it was a song about addition and subtraction. You're like, hey, this is addition and subtraction. This is what it's called. And you're gonna learn about this next year. And I was just like, is that what you already learned?
How does one do
She's like, no, you're doing like
How
big,
does one do this?
bigger numbers.
Wait, you.
No, I was
So-
I don't know what
That, so they're both 90 degrees.
Wow.
I think it's 17.
So
A DBE.
Yeah.
So think about it. If you got D, and you got B.
This
This
is
is
what's
a 90 degree angle.
what's
But
90
it doesn't
minus
say
30.
that, but it doesn't have that markings to show that it's
Well,
a 90-degree
The
angle.
marking
No.
Then that means the same
I
here.
can do this.
what are you trying to do?
So this is 180, right?
Yep.
If half of it is already taken up,
No, that would be
It
108.
looks like half doesn't mean that it's half just because
I
it
think
looks like
minus
it's right angle and it's a right angle.
Am I thinking about this too pragmatically?
Let's just,
Anyway,
probably
We're going over it. We're going over it. Here we go. I'm going to go right now.
Oh my gosh! I haven't even gotten halfway through.
Look at this.
I
How?
want to get to some of the word problems too, so that's why I'm going to go now.
Okay.
Loser.
plus one, that'd be
51.
yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So-
Well,
I gotta
means
do
you
that
were Stranger
more
Things. I feared.
What?
I fear you were just
Built
giving
into it.
Stranger Things.
I gotta do that more often.
What about Stranger Things?
Focus.
Focus. No. Focus.
Like that. Like
You're doing this. You're doing this.
Okay.
Like
No, that's not what I was doing.
Okay, here we go. Check your answers here. And if you don't, seriously, if you don't know where one came from, let me know. It's an easy fix. 51. Okay, 51 degrees. 90. 90 degrees.
Yep.
17 degrees. 107, 107 degrees.
Yard.
I like it all.
141 degrees.
Yippers.
And 68 degrees.
Yipperoni.
All on my calculator.
Oh my god.
Is any of those we want to go over because they're going to get tougher now? This was just basic. I'll be honest. This is all basic here.
Number 4, 107.
100. Yep. 100 and number 4, the DBC. Okay. So ready? DBC. Let me highlight it. That's this angle right here. Good. I already knew in problem number 3, the previous one, this was 17 degrees right there.
Okay.
And I knew the rest of the
It
angle
was 9. Okay, got it.
was a 90.
Or you can do 180 minus 70. This is 73.
Perfect. The 73 and the angle I'm looking for, linear pairs, supplementary. Good. Anything else before I move on? A little tougher now, coming up? Okay, a little
I'm
tougher.
very excited because math is actually being fun right now.
2 right angles are complementary. I don't know why I'm off here. There we
Wait, are
go.
we
2 angles are complementary.
Yes, sir.
Stop.
What's up?
Complementary. Number in your head?
90.
90, right? See how the vocab's coming into play. So all I'm going to have you guys do, wait a second. This problem involves 2 angles that add to 90. Now you got to fill in the blanks for me. What are those angles going to be represented by? But everybody all right?
Everyone might have a different answer though, right?
No.
Should be the same answer.
The anchor.
It can't be any 2 angles that add to 90.
I saw it. That.
Okay.
I only read it this morning.
All right, next. I always say make one of your angles X. All right, if you're looking for 2 angles, make one of the angles X. Now base your next angle off the problem. The degree measure is 50 less than the one we just wrote down. 50 less than. So what am I going to put in that second blank? One angle's X, the other one's going to be 50 less than that. I don't want a new variable.
X minus.
I want to keep the same variable, not a new one. So how do I write 50 less than this, what I just put here?
X minus 50.
X minus 50. So one angle is X, the second angle is X minus 50. Is everyone all right solving this? 2x minus 50 equals 90. What's your next step?
Add,
Subtract 50.
I
mean,
add
add
50.
Add 50. 2x equals 140.
140 divided by 2 is
70.
X equals
Really?
70. Read the question though. I may not be done.
20.
What did it want me to find? Find the degree measure of the.
larger angle.
Okay, so is 70 going to be the larger,
No.
Yes.
or is it going to be the other one?
It's gonna be 70.
Remember, what do these 2 angles have to add to?
90.
90. So if one angle's 70, what's the other one?
20.
So did we find the larger one?
Yeah.
There you go.
Wait.
Yeah, because it's just
Oh.
70 by
Right? The 2
I-
angles have to add to 90, so the other angle has to be 20.
I was still thinking.
So we did find the
180.
larger one. Yep. Complementary 90. Any questions there? That's a tough one, and then this one will knock your socks off here.
Oh, I love this one.
I'm holding on.
I'm so sorry, but I haven't seen the ratio in so long that I thought it was like a Bible verse. And I'm like, why are we reading the Bible?
All right.
Matthew 7:2.
2 angles are supplementary.
Me too.
Mr. Carlito 7:2.
2 angles are supplementary now, meaning?
be at 180.
Okay.
2 add to 180.
Yep, 2 angles that add to 180. But now this is a little different than the last one. You see how it says they're in a ratio of 7 to 2? Let me explain to you what that means before we finish the problem. If they're in a ratio of 7 to 2, here's what it could mean. One angle is 7 degrees and the other is 2. That's a ratio of 7 to 2, but does that make any sense?
No.
Because you told me they had to add to what?
180.
Okay, so let's keep going. Maybe if I double them, 14 degrees and 4 degrees, that's still in a ratio of 7 to 2, because all I did was double them, but does that make sense?
Quadruple up.
Maybe if I triple them,
21.
21 and,
140.
now look, that's still in a ratio of 7 to 2, but make any sense? All right, I'm getting tired of this already. I'm getting frustrated. I'm not going to keep guessing and checking until finally they add to 180.
That's what I would do.
All right. But what if the answer? But what if that number I got to multiply 7 and 2 by is like 100? Right.
I would do that.
I doubled it every time. 14.
Okay, ready?
0.
So how do I get to this number quicker? So you see what I'm doing? What do I need to multiply 7 and 2 by? So when I add them together, I get 180. That's what I'm looking for. But I want to do it using an equation. So here's your answer. Put your 7 and your 2 in there, my ratio. But I'm trying to find, what do I multiply each of them by?
X.
There's my x's column. Sorry.
Oh,
There are my
it's a lot
x's.
simpler than I thought it would be.
But hold on, let's solve it now.
Can't find out where X is.
Solve it. 9x
Examples as 8.
equals 180. Everyone's dividing by 9. Now don't fall into this trap, because what's everybody getting for x?
20.
Yes. Yes. But is that one of the degree measures I'm looking
The
for?
other one is
No.
7.
No, that's what I've been talking to you about. This is what I got to multiply 7 and 2 by to get those numbers. So now I do 7 times 20. And I do 2 times 20. And those will give you my angle measurements. So what are my 2 angles that are supplementary that are in a ratio of 7 to 2? Buck 40 and
You say buck a lot. And what does buck 40 mean?
like $1.40 a buck.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Okay.
a buck 40.
I keep thinking like, oh, it's just a football term.
No, nope,
That's what I was saying.
not at all.
I knew you meant like $1, but like
I thought you meant like a buck, like the animal.
Buck
Yeah.
40.
Real.
I just did like logically that was the only one that made sense. It had to be higher than like 10.
But you needed to make sure it was in that 7 to 2 ratio. So bottom line, I don't care if the ratio is 7 to 2, 3 to 4, 1 to 5. I don't care what it is. Put x's with them in the equation and you're good. So anytime we're going to see numbers in a ratio, put x's with them and you're good. Okay.
It was.
I think we got one more here, kids. Good job today. See if you can do this last one on your own. Ooh, I gave you a little congruent angles up there too. Nice. Make sure you mark it. What's the issue? EBC. So you got to label EBC 40. Label your diagram, guys. Label your diagram. EBC is 40. And I told you 2 angles are congruent. What do we put on congruent angles? Oh, no hash marks. Those are for segments. Arc marks. Arc marks.
were you?
I was. None of you can convince me otherwise.
All right, see what you got. You guys can do this. You got this. Those 2 angles need to be the same.
Are we supposed to make an equation for this?
No, you don't need to.
Okay.
No.
I am.
Okay, that's fine. You can get away with doing an equation. You don't need to, though. You can just use 40 and use that.
Okay, I got 70. Because I know the whole thing is 180.
So you take away 40.
So I take away 40 and then I divided it by 2 because they're congruent, which means split it down. Not wait, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, congruent, which means split it down the middle, which means
Genius.
Yeah.
genius.
Line
Genius mode activated.
line DB is a bisector. You can use a vector.
Good job. Yep.
Yeah.
DB bisects angle ABE.
Go Riley.
Thank you.
So both ABD and BDB is 70.
They better be congruent because I put arc marks on there, yeah. What's up, Jude? You see all 3 of those angles up there, the 40 and the 2 congruent ones, right? They add up to 180 because they form a straight line. Agreed?
What's
So I do 180 minus the 40 I already have, gives me 140 degrees left over
Oh, so like
between
each,
two congruent
each
angles.
70.
Each 70, yes.
Is that wrong?
It's at the bottom of the page, yes.
Alright.
We need to keep Wednesday going. All right, I can't extend it past Wednesday. All right, because when you guys go back to Miss Ryan, you guys got to be at a certain point. She's expecting you to be at a certain point in the course, so I got to make sure we hit that point before she comes back. All right, which is after Columbus Day. So, questions? Okay, you guys see the assignment on the bottom? Please, there's a lot of vocab tonight on the assignment. Look back at your notes if you can. All right, this is it. This is the last big day. Monday, we just go over a couple more constructions with you.
I like
I'm not going
Review for test.
Oh, I'm doing a volunteering thing. I'm dressing up as a little princess for